Hello everyone, welcome back to your C++ tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to build a Sentinel controlled program. So, what is a Sentinel controlled program? If you recall, in the last tutorial, we built a program with a while loop which we ran 5 times, and it allowed the user to enter a number 5 times. There are times, however, where we will build programs where we wouldn't know how many times the user wants to enter a number. So, for example, we may want to work out the average grade of all the children in a particular class, or the average age of all the people in a family. In these cases, we would know the number of kids in a class or members in our family. However, when we want to build a program which we want to distribute to everyone worldwide, each class size is different, each family size is different, so we wouldn't know how long to make the loop last. So what do? We basically apply a special code. This code is generally -1. The reason we use this is because any number related thing can't be -1. So when we enter -1, the program knows that it has to stop and make its calculations. So what we shall now do is build a program and we'll enter ages of different people. We don't know how many people. Our program will then work out how many people we entered and what the average age is. So let's build the program. First, we'll need some variables. The first variable, which we can call age, will be a place for the user to enter and store each age one at a time. So we can enter the age 32 and store it in the variable age. We then need a way to keep track of the ages and a total of the ages. For example, if we enter 32 and 32, we get a total of 64. So we need a place to store the total. So we can type int age total. So it's equal to 0 first, but it'll be a total of everyone's combined age. Then we need to keep track of the number of people that have been entered. So to get the average age, you take the total and divide by the number of people that have been entered. So int number of people entered. Generally, try to keep the variable short, as it's very easy to make a typo. So first, let's type a prompt on screen. Cout, enter, first person age, or -1 to quit. Our code is -1. When the user inputs -1, it means they want to quit the program. Now we give them something to enter, like age. When they now enter a number, it will be stored in the variable age. What we now have to do is a test to make sure it isn't equal to -1 and to loop the program as many times as possible, as long as the value is not equal to -1. So as long as age is not equal to -1, we can run the program. We will then take the age total, which will be a running total of the old age total and the new value which has been entered for age. For example, the first time, if 6 is entered, it'll be 0 add 6. Then, if 10 is entered, it'll be 6 add 10, which is 16. After this, if we divide it by the number of people, which is 2, the average age would come out to be 8. This loop will run whenever a new person has been entered. So let's type number of people entered ++. If you recall, ++ is equal to adding 1 each time. So the age total and number of people entered is okay. Basically, each time you run the loop, you want to give them a chance to hit a -1 or enter an age. So cout, then type enter, next person's age or -1 to quit, end line. We can then store that in age. This loop will keep running until the user enters -1. When this happens and -1 is entered, the program will know to stop the loop and make the calculations. Now let's make sure the program will work properly. So see out number of people entered, end line. We then want to find the average age of all those people. So see out average age. The formula for average age is age total divided by number of people entered. We'll run the program and see if it works. When I build a program like this, I like to enter values which I can work out in my head. So we can enter a person whose age is 10, another person whose age is 20, and a person whose age is 30. So when you total the ages, you get 60. And divide that by 3, so you would get 20. So I would be expecting 20, which will show if my program is working properly. So we can quit by entering -1, then enter. The program tells us number of people entered is 3 and average age is 20. So this shows the program has worked correctly. So this is how the program works. We built 3 variables. We entered the first person's age, which was 10. So it checked if 10 was equal to -1. It wasn't, so it ran it. Stored 10 in age total and changed the number of people entered to 1. Then it entered another age, which was 20. So the age total, 20 add 10, became 30. And number of people entered was 2. So once again, same thing, we entered 30 this time. The age total became 30 plus 30, which was 60. And number of people entered was 3. It then asked for another age or a -1 to quit. We pressed -1 to quit. So it stopped the loop and made the calculations. It printed out the number of people entered, which was 3. Then it did the age total, 60 divided by the number of people entered, which was 3. So 60 divided by 3 gives a total 20. That is called the Sentinel controlled loop, because we can run this program for as long as we want and regardless of how many numbers we enter. As soon as you hit -1, it will calculate how many people entered and their average age. That is the best thing about Sentinel controlled program, that you can enter an unlimited number of people and the program will continue to work properly. You'll be using these loops more frequently now rather than a fixed number, so do try to understand it and become familiar with it, and you'll be fine. So thanks once again for your attention, and until next time, take care.